Hey everyone, it's Johnny, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be talking about the fruity category of scents for the Fall/Winter 2021 Scentsy Catalog. Alright, so we have, I believe, 16 fruity category scents that we are going to be going over. Some are returning, some are new, some of them I love, some of them I'm like, well, that's cool, I guess. So, without further ado, let's dive in and see what we've got. First off, we have Autumn Road Trip. That is right here. Take a tour through crisp harvest apple, just picked Anjou pear, and a forest of towering silver oak. And I really do enjoy this scent. You do get the oak, you do get a nice pear note in this, and you do get an apple, but it's not a Johnny Appleseed, like dewy, juicy apple. It's a little bit more of a mellow apple, like a golden apple, something like that. Something that's not quite like mouth-watering, like bite into it and like juices oozing everywhere. It's more of a rich, sort of like sun-drenched apple. And you do get that nice pear, and you really do get the silver oak note to this. So there's a woody base note quality to this fruity scent, which I think is great. But if you are looking for something that's just straight up fruity, this may not be one for you to pick, but it is a great scent, especially for the fall. Next, we have Berry Blessed. I believe this is a limited time offering last holiday season, and this is described as soft vanilla and cranberry sprinkled with sparkling sugar is pure bliss. And yes, it's you definitely get the cranberry, you definitely get like a sugary sweetness. I don't know if I necessarily get a whole lot of vanilla. I think it just kind of like gives a creaminess to the raspberry. It's not a personal favorite of mine. It's okay. I feel like it's a little bit too biting or pungent for my own personal preferences, but it is a sort of berry sweet scent. It's a little bit more on the sweet cloying side than necessarily fresh fruity, so just keep that in mind if you do decide to pick this one up. Next, we have our longtime staple, Black Raspberry Vanilla. This is delicious sun-sweetened dark berries warmed with vanilla. And that's what it is. And this is like that sun-ripened, deep, rich, dark berries. Our August scent of the month that's coming up, which is what is it? Vanilla blackberry, I want to say. Yeah, it's not the same. That one's a very light, softer, more plum-rich scent, whereas this one is like a deep, black, sun-ripened berry, raspberry, you know, like deeper, richer tone to it rather than the scent of the month. But this is a staple. It's been around for a long time. For good reason. It is a great scent. I enjoy it. I don't have like tons of it everywhere, and since it's always in our catalog, I have never really found the need to put it in a club, but it is a great scent. Next, we have Bright Cider Life. Surprising that this is not in a spice category. This is from the Fall Limited Time collection last year. Spiced harvest cider comes to life with luscious pumpkin and a slice of red apple. And this one, it is that. I think this really should have been more in the spice category, personally. I think it's because there's like that juicy red apple note to it that really brings out the fruity quality in this relative to like Cider Mill or one of our other cider sort of noted scents. One thing I'll mention about this is when it worms in wax form, at least, didn't experience the same problem with the pods, but in wax form, the fruity notes to this, like the bright, juicy apple and then the pumpkin, tend to dissipate before the rest of like the spice notes in this. And then again, kind of like Cider Mill, you go from having this luscious like apple, pumpkin, whatever scent to just like having spices. And that's not the most pleasant sort of combination that I found. So I don't know if that's just like an occurrence that happens with a lot of like cider-based scents, But, and we'll see. We'll see maybe if it changes this next time I round, if I warm another bar of this. But beyond that, it is a great scent that I really recommend. And I did love it the most in the scent pods. And I'm not sure if we have them. I don't know if this one, it is going to be in the scent pods this year too. Yes. So I would personally, if you're going to go for Bright Cider Life, I would go for the scent pods for a more consistent fragrance profile throughout its lifespan, but you may have better luck than me with the wax as well. Next, we have Caramel Apple Craze. This is creamy golden caramel, sweet red delicious apples, and whipped vanilla invite you to be a trick-or-treater again. This is a caramel apple scent. And it's a juicy apple, but it's also very rich on the caramel notes. And for me, that it becomes almost too cloyingly sweet. So I've tried other companies' caramel apples. Most of them all kind of fall along the too sweet, just like Scentsy's does. There was one that I found that was like, I was alright with because it wasn't heavily on the cloying side. But any sort of caramel apple scent, just expect caramel to be a very cloying sort of addition to that scent. So even though there's a bright fruity note, as that mellows out, you will be left with a very rich caramel quality. Cloudberry Dreams is next. This is a scent that I really am not fond of, and it is just like deciding to taunt me because it's in like a bunch of different like products this time around. Apparently a lot of other people love this. I don't, and I will tell you why. So this is sweet raspberry and a whisper of rose soar through billowy bursts of peach and vanilla. So I'm fine with raspberry. I'm fine with vanilla. I am sometimes fine with rose. But I just very rarely do I like peach in any scent. And this is the type of peach in this particular scent where I just don't like it. Yeah, no. I'm not fond of this scent. And I know so many people love it, and I just am not about this life. Cloudberry Dreams does not do it for me. And I think to make matters even more entertaining, I believe, if you haven't already seen some of the other previews in this catalog, it's coming in all shapes and sizes. I believe we have it coming in our laundry care, which I will probably not be getting because no thank you. It's coming in our whole body care collection, which again, I'm just like, no thank you. It's coming in all of our cleaning products. I'm just like, whoa, who decided that Cloudberry Dreams was the next best thing since sliced bread? Because I don't personally think it is, and I don't think it needs to be in every single product we have. But that's, again, just my opinion. You may love the scent, and if you are, you're going to be super excited for this catalog, let me tell you. Holy mackerel. But personally, doesn't do it for me. But it is a good performer, I will say that much. All right, next we have Jeweled Pomegranate. I think this was October or November, I think. I want to say it's November's scent of the month from last year. I do like this one. Shimmering pomegranate sparkles with sugared mandarin and a twinkle of cinnamon. This is a beautiful scent. What they didn't really mention in this is that it's kind of like a woodsy pomegranate. And there's no scent note in here that shows the woodsy note to this. I don't really get the cinnamon that they're talking about. I do get the mandarin sugared note. I do get it's a slightly spiced jeweled pomegranate. But it's more woodsy than cinnamony. So if you're like, oh, pomegranate cinnamon, how strange. It's not really cinnamon. I don't really get a whole lot of cinnamon out of this. I get like some sort of like wintry spice, so think like Homestead Holiday. But I wouldn't inherently go, oh my gosh, I smell cinnamon. In fact, that's one of the reasons why I like the scent, because I didn't smell cinnamon. But there is a woodsy undertone, so just be aware that this is more like fruity woodsy versus like fruity spice, but it also has that like citrusy note, similar to Homestead Holiday. So again, I'm not sure why that's in fruity category, but that's fine. I'm glad it's back. Returning from the spring summer catalog, next we have Johnny Appleseed. This is just picked Macintosh pops with apple peels and a hint of crisp pear. This is just a delicious, fresh, juicy, mouth-watering apple, enhanced by pear to make it even more juicy and mouth-watering, and it's delicious. And I'm so glad, Scentsy, that you decided to put this not only in the spring summer catalog, but also in the fall winter catalog, when people are sometimes even more so interested in an apple scent that doesn't have cinnamon in it like every other apple scent known to man, like myself. This will be wormed a lot more in this fall season than a lot of the apple cinnamon scents that are out there, because homeboy here needs a break from the cinnamon. All right, Perfectly Pomegranate is next. Dark and juicy pomegranate with a sweet berry finish. This is a classic. I have a friend who loves this scent. It's one of his favorites. I like it. I don't love it that much, but it is a great scent. It's nice and fruity. It is pomegranate. That is what it is. And like there's a sweet note to kind of like lighten up the tartness of the pomegranate, but it is very much just, that's it. There's no crazy woodsy undertones or spice. It's just a nice fruity scent. It's a great performer too. Next we have Pomegranate Prosecco. This is one of the new releases. This is delectable rosé berry and pomegranate. Add an effervescent splash to a flute of pink Prosecco. This is one that you do get the pomegranate note. You do get the Prosecco note. I'm curious to know if this will have a effervescent fizziness similar to like We're All Mad Here from the Alice in Wonderland collection, or if it'll just be like pomegranate meets sort of like faux champagne and sort of vibes. But it is definitely pomegranate, so this is definitely a sort of fruity category scent. I can totally agree with that. We'll let you know how that worms. Next, we have Scarlet Sunflower, and you're thinking, sunflower, shouldn't that be in the floral category, Johnny? And I'm like, why, yes, it should, except Scentsy didn't think so. So, Scarlet Sunflower is juicy apple and a hint of red cranberry are brightened by a scarlet sunflower turning to face the sun. Now, this, to me, if you saw my new releases video, you do get the, like, golden apple note. You get a hint of a little tart cranberry redness in there. But it's a floral scent. It's almost like Here Comes the Sunflower met a golden, slight juicy apple, harvest apple vibe, and a bit of cranberry without any spice. So I do like the scent. I think it's going to be a softer performer, but that may be wrong. Apple might be a good powerhouse scent performer note in here. But as far as this being a fruity category scent, I think this would lend more towards a floral, but especially because it's called Sunflower, but I guess it's fruity meets floral, so 6 of one, half of another. But pretty excited to warm this and see how it performs. Next in the category, we have Sea Salt and Avocado. This is a returning staple. You do you, while pink sea salt, Valencia orange, and creamy avocado keep your spirit in flight. So this one is a nice, refreshing, slightly creamy scent. It is not like, if you're wondering like, ew, I don't want my house to smell like an avocado. I feel like we've all had that kind of moment with this scent. And then you get it and you realize, wow, this is like a slightly salty, creamy, like green, fruity scent. Like it's not overly sweet. It's not overly sour. There's no tartness to it. It's just a nice, creamy, salty, fresh scent. And quite honestly, I know it's avocado, so hence the fruity category, but this could really be in the fresh category. Very much so. And I'm surprised that it isn't or hasn't been, but definitely an interesting scent. It's one that I don't warm often, but when I do, I really do enjoy it. Next, we have Snowberry coming back. And this is luscious blend of loganberry, strawberry, peppermint, and zesty cinnamon. Now, it's the cinnamon note that you'd think might throw this off for me. But it's actually not the cinnamon note. It's the strawberry that bugs me in this scent. I can actually get behind the cinnamon in this because it's very muted and like I'm not even sure I smell cinnamon half the time. It's just very, very hidden in the back. It's like got to be like a dusting of cinnamon at best. I love the loganberry and the peppermint combo because it gives like that refreshing berry notes to it. But I don't know how I feel about the strawberry in this. And sometimes when I like smell the strawberry point blank in this scent when I'm warming it, it's just, it doesn't do it for me. So I like this scent. I don't love it. It was one of the ones where when I was deciding on what I wanted to put in my Scentsy Club, this didn't make the final cut because as much as I would have been kind of bummed to see it not return, I wouldn't have also been like, oh no, why? So for that reason, like, it's a great scent. It performs well. It lasts really well. But as far as me, like, head over heels about it, maybe not so much. All right, last three. We have Tinsel Berry, which is one of the new releases. We talked about this in the other video that I did. This is strawberry and cranberry, dipped in cinnamon and sweet sugar for a little extra sparkle. I don't know how I feel about this scent. It's definitely heavy on the strawberry. More so than the cranberry. It's like strawberry and sweet sugar, and then somewhere in there might be cranberry and maybe cinnamon, but I don't necessarily believe that either. It's like mostly strawberry. It's almost like, which one is it? They took like sugared strawberry or something like that, and then supposedly added cranberry and a little bit of cinnamon to it, maybe, and created this. I don't necessarily think that I know I'll warm it and see, but to me, I think this is going to be mainly a strawberry-based scent. I'm not a very big fan of artificial or like warmed strawberry scents in general. They just don't work for me. Like, I have yet to find one where I'm like, oh my gosh, strawberry. I feel like this is going to be the same. But we will see. It is interesting for lack of better descriptor right now. All right, next we have Very Merry Cranberry returning. This is lush red winter berries pop against a backdrop of snow-covered cedar, creating a lovely winter landscape. And it's cranberries. You do get a little bit of the cedar note, but it's mostly cranberry. Like, it's almost exclusively a cranberry scent. Like, the cedar is a very soft, maybe background note. If that, you mostly do get that cranberry note. So, if you want a cranberry scent, go for that one. And finally, in our fruity category is Winterberry Apple Tea, returning yet again. Very excited about this one. This is winter tea, cozies up to cranberry, apple, and honey. And it is just that. It is delicious. It is such a nice blend of those scents. You do get the tea note, you get the apple, you get a bit of the cranberry coming through without being overwhelming. And you get a sweetness from the honey, but it's not a cloying sweetness, which is where I'm just like, yes, you did it. I don't like cloying sweetness in a scent, and this one isn't that. And so therefore, this is one of my favorites as well. So, glad to see that back. And that concludes our fruity category scent sniff through, if you will. Let me know in the comments below which ones you're excited about trying or have tried and are glad to see back. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up. And if you're new here, consider subscribing, and I will see you in our last video of this whole sniffing smorgasbord, which will cover the citrus and floral categories. Take care, guys, and I'll see you then. Bye.